I want to help you find the best look for yourself and just get to the ultimate perfect person that you see in your mind. You know, that ideal version of yourself. I'm going to help you get there with this video, so stay tuned. The reason that we've been seeing so much like elevation and glow up, glow up this, glow up that tips on the internet, I feel like is because this generation understands that we do not have to be stuck at what we used to be. And that's what I love. I love this idea that there's so much content around becoming the best, better, different version of yourself, because we understand that just because we used to be something does not mean that we have to be that way forever. I felt like even older generations, our parents, our grandparents, they had this image that just because you were something then, you just have to be that and just choose that and stick to that your entire life. There is so much information on the internet for how to find your perfect look, how to be the best version of yourself mentally, how to change career paths if you wanted to. If you are not taking advantage of these opportunities of people sharing their experiences online, what are you doing? You're obviously here so you know exactly where you're going. But normally in my videos, I talk about internal mental things. This video is going to be more aesthetic. So we're going to be focusing on the things that you can do externally to find that look. The first thing that you want to do when you're trying to find like your ideal highest self is that you want to have an actual picture of this outside of just in your mind. But I say the best way to do this is to find people who look similar to you in that ideal stage. So the reason I say they have to look similar to you is like find people with the same skin color, find people with similar features potentially that have that ideal look that you want to go for. So that way you can start using them as a point of reference. Sometimes when you don't have an idea of where you're going or what your ideal look will look like, it can be really difficult to start navigating towards that. So first step is to find a picture of someone who you feel like is similarly aligned to the style and the look that you want to be going for at your highest self. Now, finding your perfect look, we've gone through so many different eras through time, and we can look back and say that things were trendy, things were in style then, and that's what you decided to pick on, and now you feel like you want something slightly different. That is great, but I think finding your ideal perfect look is going to withstand the test of time. And that's the great thing about really fine-tuning and figuring out what works for you, is that it's not going to be affected by the trends as much. You can use them to like throw into your style a little bit or to upgrade your look slightly, but you will not be reliant on styles after this video because you're gonna find exactly what you need to feel like your best self. As I said before, I always want to make sure that we are working from the inside out. So if it's not mental, it's going to be wellness. The foundation for finding your ideal self is going to be rooted in wellness, especially for aesthetic reasons. You want to make sure that you're eating healthy, exercising, and doing all the things, because obviously this is going to show on your skin. It's going to show on the way that you feel about yourself. It's going to show in your health and the things that you might be going through. So the first thing is always just look inside. Make sure that you're eating well, drinking enough water, exercising regularly, and that's going to be the start to getting to your ideal self aesthetically. The first thing that you're going to want to do is you are going to need to find your ideal style and dress for your body shape. This is going to make a world of difference. I'm going to use some photos of reference for myself of how far I've come and what I used to dress like. This is so embarrassing to me, but this was actually not that long ago. This was like 2 years ago. The first picture is going to be of me in a cutout dress. I actually got the dress from Amazon. I'm in some Nike low-rise dunks and I'm wearing a Jacquemus bucket hat. Now, my style, the thing that I love to wear is I love workout clothes. I love matching sets. And at this point of my life, I was loving streetwear, but to be honest, this look is not going to go through and withstand the test of time. And I'm honestly a little bit embarrassed looking back on this photo, but this is how I used to dress. Second photo is going to be very similar. I was dressing like very street style. I didn't really know my exact style here, so I was using the internet and the trends as a way to dress. I remember these pants are Varenne. They were going viral at that time, and I was like, I need these, because again, when you don't know your style and you don't know what looks good for your body, you just order what you see online and what's trending at the moment. And I was very much in this era of my life. You're going to find what works well for your body shape. So you're going to define your body shape. Are you athletic? Are you pear-shaped? Are you curvy? What is your exact shape? So once you're able to define your shape, you're going to go on ChatGPT and you're going to say, ChatGPT, what works well for an athletic body type as far as clothing? What styles work well? Or you can even go on TikTok. This is one of the things that I did. I have a short torso, so wearing super high-waisted pants and stuff like that does not look good for my body shape. I started wearing more dresses. I started wearing different things that would help to accentuate my body. I also have a smaller chest. So I can't wear corsets and it look exactly the same as someone who has a fuller chest and wear a corset. These are all things that I became mindful of when picking outfits and dressing for my body type, because if you just wear something because it looks good on someone else, it's not gonna look the same on you. That you can use these tools like TikTok, like ChatGPT, and literally ask ChatGPT, what styles look good on this body type? I think we can all agree that we are sick of fast fashion. That is not a trend. Being sick of fast fashion is something that we're experiencing because the first wave of fast fashion that came through, we all bought it because we're like, oh, these styles are so cool. But we realized the first time that you wash it, you're having to repurchase it. It doesn't smell good because the polyester is holding on to all kinds of body odor. It is fraying, the color is fading. We're over this. We can tell when someone is wearing fast fashion because it usually looks a little bit more sheer. The quality just doesn't seem to be there. We're sick of it. Fast fashion just isn't it. So we're gonna start investing in higher quality pieces for our wardrobe. Now, more expensive doesn't always equal higher quality, so just be aware of that. We're gonna start learning how to read the fabric breakdowns, and you're going to put the purchasing power back into your hand. So the next time that you wanna purchase something expensive, make sure you're educated on the kind of material that is used in that garment, so you can make sure that if you want to spend the money on that, you feel like you're being compensated for what you're paying for. You know what I mean? I used to shop at Zara all the time and I love it, and maybe for a trip here and there, Zara is great, but as far as for staple pieces that are going to last really long, we can just see the quality in Zara going down. Obviously, like all the qualities of these fast fashion brands are going down, and they are not going to help you withstand the test of time. Get really clear on your vision of what you want your style to be, and if you're having trouble finding your style, going on Pinterest and Googling different styles and going through and just saying, who do I like that dresses in a way that I feel like would look really good on me, or that I like, so I can start getting really exact in the way that I want to present myself. I personally had to change my style. I really love wearing dresses now. I think that I lean dressing a little bit more feminine. I started to realize that I was kind of dressing like a boy. Like I was wearing a lot of oversized t-shirts, I was wearing really baggy jeans, and there's definitely a way to make that a little bit into more of a more feminine style for myself now. But just understanding, is this even the way that I wanted to dress, or was this just what was trendy at that time? Second thing you're gonna do is you are going to start finding your signature color palette. Again, we're gonna use resources like the internet, ChatGPT, TikTok, and we're gonna find which color palette looks the best on us. I did a quick ChatGPT search and I find that the best color palette for me is shades of browns, emeralds, blues. I have to be careful of gray. Gray washes me out. Just so that you can be more mindful when you are starting to shop for these key pieces that you want in your wardrobe, you really wanna make sure that the colors are flattering for you. If you are constantly wearing colors that wash you out when you take pictures, when you go anywhere, it's just going to make you look a little bit more flushed. It might not make you be as vibrant. These are just the smallest little tweaks that you're gonna do to help find your ideal and best self, because once you start understanding that your color palette affects the way that people view and the way that you view yourself, it is the smallest little change that you can start being mindful for when picking clothing, when picking nail colors, whatever it may be. Next is let's get into the nails. As you can see right now, I'm not even wearing anything on my nails. I just have a short, clean manicure. I have some jewelry on, my hands are moisturized, and my cuticles are moisturized. Find a nail length that is appropriate for whatever place in life that you are right now. I used to have nails up to here. Not gonna lie, I used to have really long nails. I loved it. Again, it was trendy at the time. So getting away from the trends and what actually works for you. What kind of job do you have? Where do you see yourself? What do you do for extracurriculars? Do you have kids? What nail length do you think is appropriate for that? Me personally, I love long nails. I do. I think that they're really beautiful, but I think the time and place of wearing those kind of nails is not necessarily appropriate for me and what I'm doing. To each his own. Again, this is you finding your best and personal style, but I felt for me, it almost made me look a little bit tacky having hot, red, super long stiletto nails. I look back in photos and I'm like, it looks a little bit tacky, especially with the outfits that I'm wearing, especially for the ideal look that I wanna have. Right now I'm playing tennis. It's not really gonna work holding a tennis racket with super long nails. The idea is find something that works for the place in life that you're in, but also think about if you want to lean a little bit more towards the classier side or more elegant side, finding a nail length that is not super long, because you know it can hold bacteria and all these different things and it stands out in pictures. Finding that length that's in between. Now, this doesn't mean go out and spend a bunch of money getting your nails done even. It just means taking care of your hands. So as I said, I'm not even wearing anything right now, but the idea is always having your nail done. And when I say your nails done, it means trimmed, it means moisturized, moisturize your hands, moisturize your nail beds, have healthy nails. If you are on a nail journey right now and you've been getting nails for the longest time, maybe go a couple months without your nails and grow back out your real nails. So that way you are setting the foundation for the look that you wanna have. And the foundation for the look that we wanna have right now is going to be health. You wanna make sure that your hair is healthy, your nails are healthy, your skin is healthy. This is the foundation. If you don't have your nails done and you're not consistently getting them done, wear no nail polish, but make sure your nails look really nice and short and clean and cut and there's nothing underneath. Another thing is you can do your nails yourself. I've been doing my nails myself for about a year now. I just keep them painted, simple colors. I love a red nail. I love a light pink nail. I can't do a French tip. I wish I could, but if I do my own nails, as soon as they start to chip, I take it off. That's the rule of thumb. As soon as they start to chip, try not to go more than 2 or 3 days without them because your ideal self is not going to have chipped nails because it is a sign of just neglect. And it doesn't mean that you're a neglectful person, but you have to think, we're thinking aesthetics right now. We are thinking the best version of ourselves. You don't want to walk around with chipped nails and you don't want to walk around with nail beds that look like they've been pulled out of your fingertips and whatever it may be. Take care of your nails. When it comes to hairstyles, you want to find something that is going to basically look like the better version of whatever you were born with. Not everyone has to know what hair color you were born with or texture or whatever it may be, but you want to make sure that your hair looks like it actually is coming out of your scalp. For me, I love blonde hair. When I was younger, I wanted to be a blonde so badly. I feel like every girl goes to that age is when they want to be blonde. I was dyeing my hair all kinds of crazy colors thinking like this is gonna look so good. And when I look back in the pictures, my hair looks fried. It does not look natural at all. It is very expensive to maintain blonde hair or any kind of like really crazy colored hair because it's expensive to take it up. It's going to damage your real hair, whatever it may be. This is not my real hair color, okay? I dye my hair. But what I did is instead of having brown hair and trying to go blonde, I decided let me try black because black also looks like it could come out of my head and boom, I found my ideal hair color. It's striking enough where it's beautiful and it looks healthy and it looks nourished, but it's also not my natural color, but similar enough where it could be natural. Also finding the ideal hair length. I love a good bust down. I used to get a 20-inch bust down my back, past my butt. Looks good, doesn't look natural. Even this length, it's still not the most natural length. I could go shorter and eventually I might. I think maybe my future self might go a little bit shorter, but I love a long hair. But just making sure that it is a style that accentuates your beauty. It is not too much to maintain because you want to be able to show up consistently every day with this hairstyle. And you're not gonna look back and say, why did I dye or do my hair crazy? Similar to me, I used to do blonde braids. I don't know, it was me and blonde. I wanted to be blonde, okay? Blonde braids, they're great, they're beautiful. They just don't look natural. I don't look like a natural blonde. So just understanding that some of these trends and things, it might not be your best look because it might not accentuate your skin color or your highlights or your undertones or whatever it may be. So experimenting with different colors that look a little bit more natural to whatever your skin tone is, whatever your features are, and whatever your ideal self is wanting to go for. When we are finding our makeup style, again, let's think about your most natural self as the base of your best self. Because anything that you have to do that's gonna alter your look too much is gonna take a lot of work and it's going to be inconsistent because if you go within a gap of not doing that thing, you might look different. So when it comes to makeup, we really wanna use makeup to accentuate what already exists. We don't wanna create something that isn't there. We don't wanna create something that once we take it off is not there. I think doing full face of makeup for events and stuff, that's amazing. But showing up every day with a full face of makeup, I'm not gonna lie, it's a lot of work. It's also quite expensive. Will your ideal self feel your best doing a full face of makeup and then no makeup the next day? Some people can do that. Me, personally, I don't wanna have to wear a full face of makeup every single day. I want my makeup look to be similar enough where it's just accentuating my natural features so I don't feel like I'm masking or that I look unnatural in photos. Whatever your ideal look is, I had to go from wearing a lot of makeup because I didn't have the best skin. And this is why I say the foundation for everything is going to be wellness. So I felt like I had to wear a ton of makeup to cover up my acne and cover up the texture. But once I started really investing in my skin and investing in the things that I cared about on a base level, not wearing too much makeup so my skin can heal, getting the right cleansers, finding the right makeup routine, that it's incremental to change. It just is gonna make you look so much more beautiful. It's gonna make you look so much more radiant. Finding your best self is always going to be similar enough to your natural self and accentuating your natural self in that way. This next one's a little too personal. Don't overdo the fillers. I had an era where I felt like I was just listening to my injector and she was like, you know, come in every 6 months and we're gonna touch this up. My lips were huge. My face looked so round. And I get it, we age and like things change. But if you are considering getting filler right now, the idea is less is more. And eventually over time, they're gonna go down. You know, mine's gone down much over time. And even with my lips, it's crazy to think that I haven't done a lip touch up in almost 3 years. And my lips are still quite large. So it just goes to show, if your injector is saying you have to come in every 6 months, you know, just be mindful, watch your lips. Don't do it just because the time has passed and it's 6 months, oh, it's time to go in. Look and see, how different do I look from my original self, and what am I trying to achieve as far as this look? I think finding a ratio, finding fillers that look really natural is gonna be the best. You don't wanna be changing your look so crazy where you're getting a really puffy face, where it's something that is really expensive to maintain. Trying to find that duality of getting something done if you want and you feel called to do it, but not feeling pressure to overdo it. Not having the huge duck lips like I used to have. That was the time. I'm not even gonna lie, like I was so filler blind. I was like, I have to have it. I have to get it redone. I have to have like the pout from the side. You don't, I promise you don't. And it's not gonna be something that you're gonna wanna have to keep up your entire life. So again, find that nice balance of getting enough done, but not too much. Don't overdo it. Filler blindness is very real. Next one is gonna seem so simple, but it's overlooked by so many people. Be moisturized. As I mentioned before, moisturize your hands, moisturize your elbows, moisturize your neck, moisturize your knees. Always keep your skin looking hydrated. Your best self is going to look like they are nourished from the inside out. Drinking a lot of water, yes, is gonna hydrate you, but sometimes your skin is going to look dry. It's going to look crackly, and that is not a sign of youth. That is a sign of aging. There's nothing wrong with aging, but if we can do these little tweaks, hydrating your skin, your chest, your hands, always having a hand cream. I always have a hand cream on me. I don't care where I am. I don't care if I'm in Jamaica. I don't care if I'm in England. Wherever I am, I always have a mini hand cream on me because nourished skin is beautiful and radiant skin, and it is just going to make your overall appearance just look better. People notice the little things, I promise you, and subconsciously it goes into our brain. In order to find your best self and look your best self, you're going to want to keep your whole body moisturized. You can go even as far as adding a little bit of oil to the chest, so you look extra hydrated. I'm telling you, a little bit of glow, it just tricks people into thinking, wow, this person is just so radiant. They must be healthy. Radiance is a sign of health. It's a sign of youth. Either way, these tips and these concepts have really helped me to find my ideal self. And I feel like right now I have my best style. I look like my most natural self while still feeling like my best, most radiant self. And I think that finding an alignment between what you want to look like, what you look like now, and making small tweaks to get there is all you need to do. I hope this video was really helpful for you. I hope that you're watching my videos to just go and navigate this elevation journey that you're on. I'm here to support and help you. I will see you in the next video. Mwah.